Hello everyone, I'm old and in the way. Although I haven't been in the way very much lately, have I? As some of you may have known, my wife and I were able to take a tour of the UK in mid-September. We were there for 14 days and had an absolutely wonderful time. Part of that 14 days, we were on a tour from London up to Edinburgh, and we traveled through Shrewsbury, 2 days in Shrewsbury, 3 days in York, 2 days in Keswick, and then the final destination of Edinburgh on the Friday evening. And I must say, it was a really, really nice trip. We were fortunate to have a great group. There were 16 of us in a small carriage, coach, I should say, and we bonded right away and really had a great time. And that's part of the fun of doing a tour, is to have a really good group if you're lucky enough to do that, and to have a guide, a driver who's knowledgeable and charming, and we had all of that. It was really quite wonderful. Um, the following day, Saturday, my good friend and our colleague Keith Sheer Smokes and Elaine met us at the hotel in Edinburgh, and we got to spend the rest of the afternoon and early evening with them. Pardon me while I relight. And before I get too much further into this, I am smoking my Peter Stokeby 4th generation 10th anniversary Bruno Nutton's commissioned pipe. It is a real beauty. I love this pipe. Just still breaking it in, but it smokes very well. And in it, I'm smoking one of the gifts that Keith gave me. As I was saying, we met in the lobby of my hotel, and we walked the 5 minutes to the Royal Mile. Royal Mile in Edinburgh is absolutely fantastic. If you ever get a chance to go to Edinburgh, you must walk that Royal Mile. You could easily spend the day there. At one end you have Edinburgh Castle, at the other end you have the Scottish Parliament buildings, A Tale of Two Cities. And you also have Arthur's Seat if you're keen on hiking up a hill. Anyway, I digress again, as usual. We did have a lovely lunch. Keith and I have a running joke with fish and chips. Every time I write to him an email on a post or something, I always ask how the fish and chips were wherever he's at in Scotland. So of course our lunch would be fish and chips, and they did not disappoint. They were wonderful. From there, we walked to a cigar lounge called Puffin Rooms that just opened in Edinburgh. They have other locations in the UK, and but Keith took us there, and I must say it was fantastic. Keith posted a video on my visit, and he shows that place off much better than I can. So take a look at that. So we had a lovely afternoon at the Puffin Rooms with some whiskey and some great pipe tobacco, and Keith and Elaine got some cigars, and it was really a very nice time. The time went by so quickly And that's what happens when two friends get together and chat. We have done videos and emails, of course, but nothing matches the fun of meeting in person. And so whether it's a show that you go to or whether it's possible to meet up someplace, I really encourage you to do that. It's really a great time. So Keith was so kind, and I'm going to put this down because I want to show you. Keith had some gifts for me because it's the YTPC, and that's what we do. So, first of all, I got this. He gave me this great little pipe. Very nice shape. Little bronze rim here. And a very cool pipe stand with the date on the back of our meeting, September 23rd, 2023. So that is going to have a very special place in my pipe groupings. He also gifted me some Revor plug. This stuff is so hard to find, and it's impossible for us Americans to get it. And when we knew we were going to be meeting up, he asked me, well, what can I get for you? And of course I said, well, if you can get your hands on some Revor plug, I'd really appreciate it. And he came through for me, and this little brick is so delicious. So delicious. Thank you, Keith, for getting that for me. Really, really appreciate it. He also got me some sampler packs from a place called Cigars. I got some Radford's Old Scotch, which I've just about finished, and which I'm actually smoking in the Bruno Nuttons. Delicious. He got me some English Virginia and some Sunday Fantasy, a aromatic blend. So thank you for that. And also, I'm not sure about this one yet, a McChrystal's Snuff, Highland Ice. I'm not a snuff dude, but I will give this a try, and we'll see what happens. So, anyway, it was just thoroughly wonderful 14 days. Near the end, we took a high-speed train from Edinburgh back down to London for our final 2 days. I wasn't feeling that great. Thought I was coming down with a cold. Actually, I was going to meet up with 13 Pipes. We were hoping that our schedules and locations in London would sync up so that we could get together, and I just felt horrible. So I had to beg off, and I'm so sorry to have missed that. But there is a next time. So the final 2 days in London were a little bit dicey. I just wasn't feeling up to snuff. When we got back to Chicago, I tested positive for COVID. So that knocked me down for about 10, 15 days. And right as I was starting to feel better, I needed an emergency root canal. Yes, when it rains, it pours. It was my turn to burn. In the scheme of things, they are small annoyances. And you get through that kind of stuff. It just happens. It was hard because the endodontist told me no piping for 3 weeks. So it's been a while since I really enjoyed a pipe, but I'm feeling back to 100% for an old guy, and enjoying my pipe. So the remainder of this video is going to be pictures from my trip. You can fast forward. You can stop now if you don't want to see them, but they're going to be there for you. So it's great to be back. I missed you guys. Till next time, take it easy, but take it.